couple of days ago, we celebrated the feast day of Saint John the Baptist. To my friends in Quebec, Saint Jean Baptiste, and I want to show you a picture. All right, check this guy out. Chubby cheeks, smooth skin, nice frolicking hair, bright eyes, smile, incredibly pale complexion. This is a Renaissance image of Saint John the Baptist. Really? My name is Ed Trevors. I'm an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I get to serve in the beautiful town of Shelburne, Nova Scotia, in the amazing parish of Christ Church, Shelburne, that sits on the ancestral and the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And this morning, I want to talk about this problematic image. That isn't what John the Baptist looked like. Not according to the Bible. According to the Bible, John the Baptist had a beard that was scraggly and unkempt. His hair was all over the place. He wore a camel skin coat with a leather belt. He ate locust and wild honey. He lived off the land, out in the scorching sun. This isn't him. He would not have looked like this. He would not have been chubby. He certainly wouldn't have been shaved. His hair would have been much messier than all this. That ain't John the Baptist. What that is a painting created by someone who is trying to offer an acceptable contemporary image to his patrons. That's what that is. And the reason it's problematic is because it gives us a false understanding. Maybe not gives us a false understanding, but it certainly for hundreds of years gave people a false understanding of what John the Baptist looked like. And this isn't the only art that is problematic. There's hundreds, it seems, paintings that depict people like the disciples, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, John the Baptist, any number of people from the Old and New Testament, and depicts them as white Europeans. That's not who they were. They were not white Europeans. And the reason that's problematic is because what it does is it tells generations of white Europeans that they are the image of God. And what it tells every other race of people on the planet is that you are not the image of God. What a horrible message to receive. What an absolutely horrible message to receive. And listen, even if it wasn't received out of an active stereotyping, out of an active form of racism, it absolutely conveys a passive message. It conveys a passive message that that if you aren't a white European, you are somehow inferior. For those of you that are out there and you're thinking about things like, for example, systemic racism and how that could possibly be a thing. There's no such thing. It's ridiculous to even consider that there's a systemic racism. This painting, as wonderful and as beautiful and as famous as it is, this painting is part of the problem. It's part of the structure of systemic racism. Systemic racism is passive in its nature. It doesn't have to overtly tell you that you are inferior. It doesn't have to overtly tell you that you are somehow less than. It does it subtly. It does it in small amounts, in sinister ways. These are the things that we need to be, these are the things as a church we need to be careful of. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you. May you know the peace of being in God's presence. May you be strong enough to recognize how the world around you, all of it, how it speaks to the people around you. And may you be the voice that they need to hear. Amen.